Look, right now I live in Koh Samui, Thailand. I work remote about 4 hours a day. I've gone from a life of being on a hamster wheel to now living life on my own terms. And I want that exact thing for you. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same. I'm going to break down step by step how you can go from your 9 to 5 to living this life of freedom that I know you truly want. Look, I know that you are sick of having the whole matrix links with escaping the 9 to 5, so I'm going to be a bit different. And I'm going to tell you a story about how I went from waking up every morning, breaking down in the car to work every single day, feeling depressed and lost, to living a life of freedom. Look, a lot of people ask me what actually made me move to Thailand, and to be honest, it was a culmination of a few things. It was depression, going through a breakup, just feeling like I was on this hamster wheel, and ultimately it came down to this one morning that I had just over a year ago when I was living in Leeds, and honestly I remember it as if it was last week. That's how clear and vivid it is still in my brain. So I was living in Leeds, like I say. I woke up normal time, 6 a.m, did my morning routine, and I was going to the gym. Set up to the gym at 6:45 on the dot, like I did every single day. And on the drive to the gym, I just remember almost disassociating. I felt like I was asleep but waking up, if that makes sense. You know, when you wake up and you sort of have that split second of like, where am I? That sort of feeling. I was fully awake, but there was just something going on in my mind. Then I got to the gym, I was doing my workout, and it still didn't feel right. I was still having these thoughts of, is this my life? Is this the hamster wheel that I'm going to be on for the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years? Like, is this it? Look, this was the day I realized that I had subconsciously accepted mediocrity and just fallen into the rat race, like that was my life. But this was also the day that I woke up. And after my day at work, I got home, and that night I was planning to get away. I was looking at where to stay in Thailand. I was looking at flights. I was looking at my budget, and that night I booked my flight. I booked a one-way ticket to Thailand. And the next day I handed my notice in at work. So I had 4 more weeks at work, which I just went through, just like, yep, this is it. I've got my ticket there, I've got something to look forward to. And then I was at Heathrow Airport and I was getting on a plane to Thailand with zero expectations, zero plan. I just knew I had to get out of that hamster wheel that I just sort of accepted as life. Look, there was no waiting, there was no weighing up options, there was no more researching. It was action that I knew I needed to take in order to just break out of that lifestyle that I knew would end very badly for me. And cut to now, just over a year later, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've got my own place with a little pool. I work 2 to 4 hours a day. And that all, like the house, like the cool motorbike, that all diminishes when it comes down to the feeling that I get when I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. I wake up at the same time as I did over a year ago, but my days are vastly different. Here I wake up, I'm excited to start work. I'm excited for my day. But back then I was dreading it. I had this overwhelming, dread that, oh shit, something's gonna go wrong today. What's it going to be? Just waking up every morning, accepting that things were gonna go horribly and just working towards it. Whereas now I know every day that I'm gonna have a great day. Imagine the weight that was lifted off my mind as soon as I made that shift from going into the day thinking shit's gonna hit the fan every single day to now being like, I'm gonna have an amazing day. Ultimately, it's this freedom that I now have. Like in December, I went on 3 holidays. In January, my friends came and spent a week with me. Next month, we've got more adventures and stuff that we're going on. Like, life's just action-packed, and it comes with the freedom that I have, that I've built for myself. And you will learn this in this video. We'll go over exactly how to do this. Look, this all happened because I took that action that night I got home from work. Everyone I meet out here, they're all grateful for the action that they took, the flight that they got on, whether they had like responsibilities or jobs, they just quit them and they just made this move because they knew deep down this is something that they needed to do before they lost all opportunity. Now, coming back to the point of this video, I'm not just here to tell you my story of how I went from Leeds to Koh Samui I'm here to outline exactly how you can do the same. We're going to start with a little Quentin Tarantino trick. We're actually going to start with the end, okay? Now, whenever I speak to people who are traveling or just on holiday here, they say, how can I do this? This first step that you need to take is often the very last one that they always think. They always think, oh, you should do that at the end, no? But no, you've got to do this first, and that makes such a big difference to whether you will actually make it here or not. Because so many people talk about coming here, but where are they? They're not here. So many people say, yeah, man, I'll move out there soon. That was a year ago, mate. What are you doing? So step one is actually to book your flight to Thailand, more specifically Bangkok. Book your one-way flight to Thailand, and that's your first step, okay? I know that will scare you. Just book that flight, no excuses, no thinking, just book it, okay? I don't care if you have to get a credit card, just book that flight now. I know you are going to love this, and I know if you are watching this, your life will transform in such a positive manner if you make this move. You will feel exactly how I felt in Chiang Mai when I first came to Thailand in 2020. I remember the exact feeling. I remember the exact street that I was walking down when I felt absolutely euphoric, to the point where I don't think I've ever felt that euphoric before from anything else. I was walking down the street in Chiang Mai, the cars were going past, the mopeds were beeping, the sun was beating down, it was so hot, it was like 39 degrees, and I was just in absolute bliss. It was crazy, nothing amazing had happened, like I hadn't got a new client or anything like this. Like, this was just a regular day, and I felt on top of the world. Absolutely euphoric, absolutely at peace with everything. When was the last time that happened for you in your job? In that moment, I knew I'd broken free from that hamster wheel. I knew I had achieved this life of freedom, or I had at least made the right steps in order to achieve it. So now you've booked your flight. All you need to do now is ensure that you have enough income to sustain life here, okay? Now, there are many ways to do this, and there are many levels to every way, like online businesses, online jobs. You're gonna have to look into this yourself, okay? Go onto Google, search best online businesses or best remote sales jobs, and you will find an abundance of training, help, courses, mentorship. I've got my own course, First Steps to Freedom, which teaches people exactly how to go from having a 9-to-5 job to setting up your online service-based agency, to then moving to Thailand, knowing where to go, how to sort visas, how to build that dream lifestyle setup, just like I have done. So if you want that, the link is in the description. But for now, all you need are two things. Now, firstly, if you have no online income, then have about 6 months living costs saved up. If you do have a bit of online income, you only need about 3 months living costs saved up for when you come here. Now, obviously it will depend on where you are. Like Koh Samui, where I live, is the most expensive island in Thailand. Whereas if you go up to the north, Chiang Mai, an absolutely beautiful city that I've spent a lot of time in. I love it there. There is a piece of my heart there. I can't wait to go back. Then it's extremely, extremely affordable. When I first moved to Chiang Mai in 2020, I had about £900, about $1,000 if that, online income, and I had less than £500 in my bank account. So thank God that Chiang Mai was such an affordable place, because I managed to rent an apartment for less than £200 a month, and I wasn't spending more than £10 a day on food, eating out, doing stuff. So it's such an affordable place, and I highly recommend it. Not because it's like my favourite city in Thailand, but because you can live there without really having much of an online income. So it is very manageable as a place to live in when you're just getting started with the online business. When it comes to finding where to go in Thailand, use a website called nomadlist.com. This is very helpful, and it'll just give you a breakdown of all the cities in terms of Wi-Fi speeds, living costs, activities, safety, everything like this. It's just really helpful to know whether you're going to Phuket, Koh Samui, Chiang Mai, Koh Phangan, Bangkok if you want. Like, it'll just give you a good idea of the vibe that this place offers and whether it's right for you. Now finally, I'll just mention visas. I mean, it's super easy. You just come here and you'll probably get a 45-day visa on arrival, so you don't have to do anything. And then once you're here, you can extend that for another 45 days. That means you get 90 days here, okay? 90 days, you can do so much. You could get into amazing shape. You could sort your mindset out. You could start an online business where you pass that point of earning more than what you're spending. So that means you can sustain living out here in paradise. But the most important takeaway I want you to have from this video is you need to book that flight. You need to do that today. Guys, your life right now is a culmination of everything that you've done in the past. You've got to understand this. Where you are now is a result of every action, thought and belief that you have had in the past. And are you going to keep doing that? What are you going to do today that will result in you getting from where you are now, driving to work every morning, depressed, feeling like you have just been on that hamster wheel and you are dying to get out? What action are you going to take to get out and live the life that you truly want to live, with freedom, happiness, and that feeling of euphoria that I felt? So go book that flight. I've met so many amazing people out here, and I want you to be one of them. I want you to fly to Thailand, come to Koh Samui, and then buy me an ice Americano as a way of saying thank you for creating this video. And that's it, guys. Go book that flight, and I will see you soon.